Talking shit with the Soil King 101. Here we go. Today's topic, herbicides. We've already went through what green waste, contaminated, recycled facility produces, right? Lots of garbage, lots of toxicity. OMRI certifies that crap because they can, because it's a play to pay. And so now we're going to talk about herbicides. So what is an herbicide? Like a Grayson or how do you pronounce that? Aminopyralids? Anyways, there's herbicides out there that, what's the purpose of the herbicide? So if we're talking corn, or we're talking straw, we're talking hay, we're talking alfalfa, things like that, the herbicide's purpose is to not affect a straw-like structure in a plant. Does zero damage to it. What does it do? Its purpose is to do damage to everything that's not a straw-like structure. All the weeds, anything that comes up. It could be, all different types of structured plant that doesn't have a straw-like feature. So now you're seeing these plants that are coming up, these weeds that are coming up, and they get all morphed. They look like, now we're getting misdiagnosed with fusarium wilts and all these different elements. People are wondering, why is my plant dying? Right? What's going on with my plant? Why is it stopped growing? Why is the leaves curling in? What's going on with this? And we're misdiagnosing a lot of it, and we're not talking about the contamination of herbicides in the soil providers mixes, right? So where does that corn? Herbicides are soil drenched. They're sprayed across the top of these straw-like features. Corn, let's take corn because we're in a corn patch. So the corn is saturated with these herbicides. Now that corn is animal feed, right? So now you're getting all this cow poop and you're putting it in and you're saying, yeah, this is awesome, this pig poop. Well, all that corn coming out of the sacks of food that you're feeding your chickens, that you're feeding, your goats, whatever you're feeding, your animals, the hay that's feeding the cows, the horses, all that's contaminated with herbicides. Now, what happens to that herbicides? It comes out of their butt. Compost manufacturers and just home people that don't have the knowledge are utilizing some of this. Hey, where can I get some of this leftover waste out of a cow, right? So they're pulling it in, they're making their fertilizer, they're making their compost out of it, and now that herbicide is transforming over to a plant. And now let's say you have a tomato plant, you have tomato plants, you have cannabis, whatever it is, no segregation in agriculture, and you're seeing these plants coming up and they're just all of a sudden stop growing. Their leaves are turning in, they got the problems, you're calling all your buddies, you're asking for help, they're identifying with bugs, with fusarium wilt, with all these different things, but nobody's talking about the damage of herbicides that's coming in off this. It's sad, but we have to talk about that so we really understand where it's coming from. Sourcing is everything. And if you don't believe me, just Google farmland across America and hit glyphosate and herbicides in the tagline, and the map that comes up will make you puke. And if it doesn't make you puke, you're just on the wrong team, 100%. You're going to come up with lots of excuses that allows this type of behavior. We have ruined our farmland. So now, that's why I'm so hard at clean, right? Every input has to be clean that's going in, because the damage caused by all these unknown things that we don't talk about are serious. Talking shit with Soil King 101. Lay down in the comments if you have knowledge about this. Add some value. If you don't want to add any value, you want to take away from the value, run on down to the next guy's page and join their party. I've not given a fuck.